Good day everyone, and now we will have and discuss module number 3 of third quarter. And it's somehow similar to our previous module number 2, which is all about using a variety of informative, persuasive, and argumentative writing techniques. So it's the reason why we have letter B, because it is part somehow like that. And we will start on page number 1. So we have to know the objective. So the first one, determine the author's purpose in various texts. Construct 5 sentences to build a thesis statement. Enumerate the different writing strategies. And lastly, we have write a specific type of essay. So in what I know part, you have to write the word true. Caps lock or all letters are in upper case. So if the statement is correct, you will write true, then false if it's not. So it's very clear, and we are always using this kind of instruction. So you will write true or false only based on the statement in each number. So if you think that it's correct, then you will write true, then false if it is not correct. So on page number 2, it's the continuation of the what I know. And the next part in what's in, which is entitled Include Me. So in the previous lesson, you have gained knowledge about some of the different writing techniques such as informative, persuasive, and argumentative. Generally, each of them requires supplemental evidences to prove your claim, thus making them acceptable. Here are 2 situational conditions to which you are about to give your views and beliefs. Write your opinion about the following. So the situation number 1 is all about teenage delinquency. So we have here the questions. How do you feel about teenagers disobeying their parents? Are people making too much of it, or is it a terrible problem that must be stopped? So what is your side? Then what is your basis? So you can search, use your internet access, different applications to search. You can also, it's recommended to use the Google Scholar, because there are studies there are researches there that you can inline, you can connect to specific topics. So situation number 2, parental control. So do parents need to inform their kids about the dangers on the internet, Facebook, etc., or is there nothing to worry about? So it's very obvious how powerful, how immense contribution affect the internet and other applications have to the student or to the youth like you. So you will also write your side, then your basis, then is it observable in daily life, meaning in each day can you see it, or can you observe it at home, through your neighbor, through social media, or as long as you are seeing it every day. So it is also included in the activity. So for what's new, delving deeper. So prior to this module, you have already been catered with lessons tantamount to writing skills. Henceforth, it's about time to apply them. So we have here informative essay. So when we say informative essay, it's any type of essay that has the goal of informing or educating an audience. By definition, it is used to persuade, or to give one's personal beliefs on subject. It contains 3 parts: the introduction, body, conclusion, or IBC. For you to easily remember the parts of essay, IBC. I stands for introduction, B stands for body, then C stands for conclusion. So when we say introduction, it is your thesis statement. It includes your thesis statement where the glimpse, your stand, your opening remarks, or maybe your hook should be included here for the readers to be motivated, to be inspired to read what you have in your body until your conclusions. And when we say body, it is your main content where evidences, proofs, where strengthen your thesis statement are all located. And conclusion, it's the summary where you can really conclude why readers should believe in your stand. As simple as that. So the purpose of an informative essay, from the word itself, inform. So you should inform other people with correct evidences, proofs, details, and any other information. So it is to educate others on a certain topic. Typically, these essays will answer one of the 5 W's, or who, what, where, when, and why. Of course, they can also answer how, indicating how to do something. So, because its primary aim is to inform, therefore, you have also to include and answer those questions. Who they should know, what they should know, where, the place, or where, what kind of setting, like that, when it happened, and why it happened, and how it happened. So these are the questions to be answered in making an informative essay. So we have example here. So you can read it. Then for persuasive essay, from the term persuasive or persuade, it's an adjective derived from the verb persuade, which means to convince somebody or to make them believe in what they are reading, in what they are listening, or any information they are interpreting. So a persuasive essay is full of all the convincing techniques a writer can employ. It seeks to convince the reader about the writer's point of view by applying facts, statistics, real-life examples, and other scholarly practices. A good persuasive essay will entail bits of personal opinion, which should be backed up by verifiable fact. The primary purpose of persuasive essay is to persuade or convince the reader that a certain claim or viewpoint is right. So when we say persuasive essay, it is to convince and somehow putting your own opinion. While informative essay, it is a pure fact. You don't have to include your own opinion. But in persuasive, you will put your stand, your viewpoint, and you will supply and strengthen it by giving evidences backed up by verifiable fact. And we have here examples, so you can also read it for deeper understanding about persuasive essay. And the last one, we have argumentative essay. So when we say argumentative essay, from the word itself, argument, meaning you are saying that a particular thing or side is really correct and should be believed in. So it's a type of essay that presents arguments both about sides of an issue. It could be that both sides are presented equally balanced, or it could be that one side is presented more forcefully than the other. It all depends on the writer on what side he supports the most. So it depends on the writer himself or herself if it will be both sides will be defended or only one side. It depends on how he or she believes in a particular topic. Then it will not end by that. You will include also the argument or the pieces of information which will make it accountable, credible, and valid. Because if you will not put those information, it will be nonsense. Because when you say argumentative essay, you are arguing that your side, that your viewpoint is very valid and credible. So if you will put those evidences, those strong evidences, then there is a big possibility that the readers will really believe in your argument. So we have informative, persuasive, and argumentative. In informative, you don't have to put your opinion, but persuasive and argumentative, there are opinionated statements. However, the difference between the two, in persuasive, you are influencing, you are convincing other people to make them believe. But in argumentative essay, you will have the power to really say that the statements are really correct and others are not. So we have guide questions here. Given the chance to understand details about what an essay is and an opportunity for you to present your views and thoughts over an issue, how are you going to introduce your ideas? What makes a good essayist? If you are to argue over an issue, what are the things you should take into consideration to convince others to believe in you? So those are the guide questions after reading what's in. So when I say what's in, there are information that we should also consider for us to proceed in what is it. So what is it? It is the discussion proper. So like what I have said, the informative writing, it is relaying facts to the audience. So it's a pure fact. The purpose is to solely to inform. So if you are informing, therefore it's very obvious that you are not giving false information. So it should be a pure fact. Examples: writing in the workplace include examples of expository writing in the workplace include employee newsletters, how-to guides, meaning of how-to. These are the processes that will help other people in making a particular thing, a particular process. For example, doing or cooking adobo. So it should be a pure fact. You will not include that, in my opinion, there should be a ketchup like that, because the taste of the classic adobo will be not achieved. So also, when we say expository, meaning you are exposing a particular information. For example, about a latest model of a cell phone from Apple. So it is an expository writing, because you will not write your own opinion, but you will just give all of the details of that latest model of cell phone or Android or the iOS rather. So we have here the excerpt, meaning a part only, the roles of family in the Philippines. So you can read it in example of informative writing. So informative writing educates readers by imparting straightforward information and facts, but never personal opinion. Simply it's saying what is seen but not what is felt. So it's not about the emotion, but it's about the cognitive part, meaning what you should think about a particular topic, because it is the truth embraced by the world. So from the informative writing, the following writing techniques: argumentative and persuasive. So it's under informative writing, because still in persuasive and in argumentative there should be the evidences which should be factual and credible. So argumentative essay or writing, it is cold or based upon facts. It's more formal compared to persuasive. Thus, jargons related to the topic being argued may be used. The author's chosen side on the argument is clearly presented. So when I say jargons, these are the words really related to a particular topic. So the purpose is to argue, meaning to always defend a particular topic that it is true than the other ideas, using credible evidence. So how will you say that that particular side is really true or factual? So you will cite credible and valid evidences from a valid sources and researches and studies. So we have examples of argumentative writing, an excerpt also, the psychology behind sibling rivalry. So there is a point here, because maybe some of the situations included in this excerpt will not be really universal or true to all. Maybe for most of the siblings are really experiencing it, but maybe for some, not. So the last one will be the persuasive writing. It presents two different viewpoints, which the other one will be supported by the author. It is more relaxed compared to argumentative writing, for this style is friendlier and appeals to readers' emotions. So when we say persuasive writing, it is to convince or influence the reader to agree on the author's claim. Claim is the side chosen by the author. Then counterclaim, a different viewpoint that negates the author claim. So those words are different from one another. When we say claim, it is the stand of the writer. The counterclaim, the opposite, it is the side which the reader or the writer is not believing. So the attacked or a superior evidence will be presented by the author to emphasize the claim's validity. So when we say attacked, it is the delivery of the information, how the writer presented a particular evidences. What is the attack? Is it evidence first or the stand first? Citing the source, citing statistics, like that. So it is the style of the writer to make his or her writing believable. So the trick in persuasive writing is the mastery of ethos, pathos, and logos. So these are called rhetorical appeals. So when we say ethos, persuasion by building trust and credibility. A bond or connection with the audience must be secured, making them feel the author is aware of their concerns. Dedication and passion about the topic should be demonstrated, and most importantly, the authors should get their trust by making themselves knowledgeable, fair, ethical, and sincere by using credible sources. So when you say ethos, it is the relationship built by the writer. So it is the writer's power to make the readers really associated and connected with the writing itself. Because if the readers will really feel that they are also included with the context, therefore they will be motivated. Pathos is persuasion by steering emotions, hopes, dreams, and desires. Author's emotions will be stated and its causes will be elaborated. So pathos, so it will be a mix of the emotions or other things which is somehow true to all, because it's a part of making the readers really connected to the writing, because all of people have dreams, hopes, desires, and emotions. So if the writer will be successful in achieving it, therefore the reader will really be hooked, that they will believe it because they can connect the dreams shown and imparted in the text are really those ideas, dreams, the messages are really connected to what they have. Then the last one is logos or persuasion using logic, reasoning, and evidence. So it is giving enough credible and valid evidences to make the readers really, to make them believe of what the writer is saying. So it's presenting statistics, data, research, studies, where the sources are really commendable, are really known, so that the readers will really believe. So we have here example, so you can read it. So for what's more, independent activity 1, you will rearrange the letters here. Then we have the meaning. So these meanings are served as clue for you to rearrange these letters. So it's 1 to 5. And independent assessment 1, create me in a single paragraph containing not more than 5. So the maximum of number of sentence will be 5. So it should be 5 and below only. So it's about my school, home. So the thesis statement about my school, my home. Meaning of thesis statement, it is your idea that will, your general statement, and it will be the central idea of your text. So it is the rubric. We have here relevance and content, which your thesis statement should be connected to the given topic, which is my school, my home. Then organization, if your message is really connected from one another, therefore you will get 5 points. And mechanics, the grammar, intention, capitalization, if they are properly observed, then you will get 5 points. Then independent activity number 2, Yahoo or Oh No. So for Yahoo, meaning it is correct, then Oh No, it is not correct. It is like false, true or false, but we replaced true by Yahoo, then false by Oh No. So you will read each statement in each number, then identify if it's correct or not by writing those words. Then independent assessment number 2, pros and cons. So you will have the positive side and the negative side. And because you are really experiencing these issues presented on page number 10, number 1, distance learning modality, like the things we are doing at the present time, social media addiction, face-to-face classes, compulsory wearing of face mask and facial, meaning required, implementation of curfew hours for minors. So what is the positive side of these issues, then the negative side? I know you can answer it well because you are experiencing these issues up until this moment, except from the face-to-face. Then arrange me from A to E. You will rearrange these ideas. So A will be the first one, then B second, C third, fourth will be letter D, then the last one will be E. So you will just write the letters. No need to rewrite all of those statements. Then, what's the importance of this activity? Because if you will not arrange properly your ideas, therefore there will be misunderstanding and confusion that might be felt and experienced by your reader. So let's compose the title. You will write your own title, your own thesis statement, body, and conclusion. From the details given in activity number 2, diba, you have your thesis statement there about my home, my school, my home. So you will write 2-paragraph essay. You have your thesis statement a while ago, then the title, create your own title, body, maybe 5 sentences here, then 5 sentences for your conclusion. Body, there should be evidences to support your thesis statement, then conclusion, summary of your all viewpoints about your topic. So there should be connected to one another. So we have the same rubric that I have explained a while ago. Then what I have learned, you will fill and complete the statements here. So the 3 types of writing techniques and the purpose of each type. Then the 3 elements of persuasive writing that we had discussed a while ago. And then in this lesson, what you have realized. So what I can do part. So make an argumentative essay about the given topic following the structure below. So the topic, transition to adult life, the balance between family support and letting the young adult try their own life. So it's about helping your family and making your own life. So that those statements, those ideas are somehow contradicting because it is making yourself independent and somehow making yourself dependent to your family because you are giving support to them. So the first paragraph, there should be catch your attention grabber, meaning it should be interesting and motivating. Second paragraph, first reason. Third paragraph, second reason. Counterclaim, meaning you are showing the negative side of your own claim. Then the end result. So it's your summary. So you can maybe 2 to 3 sentences in each paragraph for you not to be bombarded with the composition. So we have same rubric, then the assessment. You will write the correct letter being asked in each number. So A, B, C, or D. 15 item. And for the last activity, the additional activity will be given below are topics you can select from. Choose one topic, then compose a short essay depicting the kind of technique. So you will choose among these topics: internet accessibility, learning distance modality, physical classes, extended family relationships, COVID-19 health protocols. So after choosing one topic, you will also choose a particular type. Will you write an informative, persuasive, or argumentative? So you will choose topic, then you will choose type. So before doing it, you should also write your chosen topic and your chosen type. Then you will have your own essay. So there should be introduction, body, conclusion. So most probably there should be 3 paragraphs and 3 to 5 sentences in each paragraph, your own title. So same rubric will be used. So again, this will be the end of our module 3, which is all about informative, persuasive, and argumentative. Again, informative, pure facts. Persuasive and argumentative, it is combination of pure facts as support to your stand. And if you have still questions, you are free to send a message to your English teacher. Goodbye and stay safe.